try. But you're the only one that's on my mind. Yeah. Elle est toute bonne et abandonnée, ouais. Côté toujours quand t'es pas côté, ouais. You make me wanna show my love to you. Chérie, c'est pour vous. Qui t'aime pas d'amour. On est des amours, je suis. Let me give it to you. Show me that it's true. It's not brand new. C'est vous. Nobody else can do that thing you do. C'est qui fait le concert. Concert. Oh, yeah. You know you wanna prove I love to you, baby. C'est qui fait le concert. Concert. C'est qui fait le concert. Concert. C'est qui fait le concert. Must be the way you hold it down. I know that you'll always be around. Yeah. Non ti lasci te si spandere. Cuore come una pioggia di lei. It makes me wanna show love to you. Love to you. All right, everybody. Good evening. We're back here live on the Anaya A Show, and I am so glad to be here with all of you beautiful people on this platform tonight. And let me tell you something. What we're going to talk about is essential to mental health, to motivation, as well as to just making sure that we are in those right relationships. Because if we're not in those right relationships, then what are we doing, right? A lot of times our community suffers because we think one way when we're getting into relationships. We want things to work out right. I have a special guest in the building with me this evening. So you'll see me talking back and forth to her, but she's going to join us in a few. But a lot of times we just want things to work out. We want to be able to say, oh, we are with the right person because they make me feel good, or, they tell me what I want to hear, or, another things occur, right, when it comes to our relationships and things of that nature. But one of the things that happens is we have to know ourselves first, y'all. If we don't know, I have a very serious topic to talk about. And also, let's talk about emotional stress that's happening all around us. Gas going up. I almost said the men going up. The gas going up. Let me tell you something. The gas is going up a lot. There are so many problems. The gas is so high. I'm seeing reports every single day, fam. And one of the things that we have to remember is that we can't control the situation that we're in, but we just have to make the best of it at the moment. And that goes hand in hand with the topic tonight. So tune in as we just jump right in. Now, as you guys can see from the commentary, first of all, hopefully you all have a good weekend. I don't know what you all are doing out there in these streets, but I hope you all are staying safe. That's number one. And number two, I hope you had a great weekend. So we're just going to jump right in. And we're not going to be here too long tonight because I have some other stuff we have to do, babies. But for now, let's talk about it. So we see that the topic tonight is something that a lot of you are probably like mistaken about, or like, Anaya, why are you even talking about this on your platform? Well, it's because I cover a number of stories, especially when the stories have a different meaning at the end of the day. Like the story that we're going to be talking about tonight, it really hit me hard because I remember when this couple first got together, for example. It's about Deelishis and Raymond Santana. For those that literally are wondering what I'm talking about, especially if you're not on my Facebook page, then you may not understand. But tonight we're talking about Deelishis from Flavor of Love, Flavor Flav, and Raymond Santana of, I want to say, the Exonerated Five. I don't like saying, the Central Park Five because they were exonerated, they were freed, and literally they became pillars in our community after they were let go for a crime that they never committed. So tonight we're going to talk about the relationship between Deelishis and Mr. Raymond Santana, who happens to be one of the exonerated five. Now, why are we talking about this? Well, as of late, within the past week or so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you are, just know that literally there has been a lot of talk and controversy going on about this couple who just got married like 2 years or so ago. And it breaks my ever loving heart because I liked Deelishis when she was on Flavor Flav. I've never thought bad about her. She was always very quiet. She was actually very cool and calm and collected. I think there are some times maybe when she got out of control or whatever, but she definitely wasn't Miss New York. Yeah, she got out of control within reason. And within reason, because she was like not one of those girls that was just out here flying off the handle, cursing people out, trying to stab nobody in the back. She really had one of those down to earth personifications. Sorry, I'm from the islands, but personifications, and literally she had this down to earth vibe. So when I tell you, I was sitting up there like I really liked her. So when I saw about 2 years ago when Raymond and her got together, I was like, this is cool because he is somebody that I don't know personally. I think we might be friends on social media. We might be following each other, etc. But I'm friends with Mr. Corey Weiss, right. Mr. King Weiss. And so I know how Mr. King Corey Weiss is, and I love him to death. We love my boo. I have plenty of pictures with him. We speak often when I'm at the National Action Network. And there's a difference in temperaments in everybody that you meet, number one. But number two, Mr. Raymond Santana just seems to be really calm and collected. So I felt like, okay, this is a possibility that this is a good vibe. This is a good look. Well, honey, less than 2 years later, they are actually going and heading into the divorce court situation. And I'm referring to the couple, Deelishis and Mr. Raymond Santana. And I want to know how you guys feel about this story. But in the meantime, I do have a video clip that I want to play. That's why we're actually on Zoom tonight, because we're coming right to you from Zoom. Typically, we'll be right from the live platform. And I wanted to play this video clip for all of you. And I see you, Mr. Gregory Roberts. Thank you so much for tuning in, Gregory Roberts. We love you. We appreciate your attendance and your presence every time you're on live with us. I see Queen Ocean. Queen Ocean, don't worry, we're going to talk after the show for sure. But I just wanted to get this information out and cover it so that we can discuss how you all perceive the situation. Now, again, I'm not oblivious. I know some people are not going to even understand the gravity of the situation when it comes to Deelishis, as well as Mr. Raymond Santana of the Exonerated Five. But I want you all to know that this is a serious situation because their lives are so public in the media. And now to see that they're going through all of these crises in the media, I want us to talk about this and how you all feel. So give me 1 second as I pull up this video clip right here through Zoom. Let me go ahead and share the screen. And you all comment, send me love, and let us know how you feel. And when we come back after this video, we are going to talk to my sister, Miss, what are we calling you tonight, ma'am? Alexis Hardman, but y'all know she got multiple names up in this mug. But let's go ahead and tune in. And then when we come back, we will be right back with my girl, Alexis Hardman. I love that name. Here we go. And I love this Toxic Diamond girl, too. She gets to the tea.
Honey, Deelishis and Raymond Santana are not doing well. Deelishis claims that Raymond Santana is a narcissist.
Ads on Facebook, rude and delicious. No, rude and disrespectful. Hold on. These ads. Go ahead.
Liar and a cheater. Unfortunately, it looks like this marriage is about to be called quits because Deelishis from Flavor of Love has now been speaking out publicly against her husband. And this is all bad. Now we thought that they broke up a few months.
I don't know what's going on. Hold on, let me just rewind this a little bit. It's buffering and it's acting up, y'all. So hold on 1 second. Come on, YouTube. Don't fail me now, YouTube. Why is YouTube acting up? It's okay because it's on Zoom. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, 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 guys. Give us a second. Here we go.
Honey, Deelishis and Raymond Santana are not doing well. Deelishis claims that Raymond Santana is a narcissist who is a complete liar and a cheater. Unfortunately, it looks like this marriage is about to be called quits because Deelishis from Flavor of Love has now been speaking out publicly against her husband, and this is all bad. Now, we thought that they broke up a few months ago. They were denying that. They've been on shows where they try to work on their marriage and stuff like that. But it turns out that behind the scenes, yes, there is some serious trouble. Deelishis said, I married a narcissist who is a complete lie and a cheat, and I'm finally ready to speak my truth. Stay tuned. So it looks like Deelishis has something coming for us that we're about to be surprised at because I swear they don't be having their business in the public like that. And I thought all was good in Santana's field. You know what I'm saying? But earlier this month, they said that despite the rumors they were still married, a source said sometimes spouses don't want to see each other's post that day. The marriage is it's marriage, it's a marriage, and that happens. But to clarify, they are still married. Now this comes after Deelishis and Raymond Santana unfollowed each other on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and multiple people started noticing it. Also, Raymond Santana was spotted out in public without his wedding ring, and it's only been a couple of years since they got married. They got married in 2019. And I'm just trying to figure out what could have happened in 2 years, going on 2 years. Because I think it was the end of 2019, if I believe so. But this is all bad. I hate to see Deelishis be so unhappy in her marriage. It seemed like she always choose the wrong dudes. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I was wondering what's making her go for this man, Raymond Santana. Everybody knows that it's his money, Deelishis. Like you wanted to be with Flavor Flav because you thought he had money. When you figured out the man didn't have no money, you moved on, but you didn't move on to somebody who you could really fall in love with. You moved on to Raymond Santana because he got out of jail after all them years and got that big old settlement check, and you wanted in on that. I mean, come on now. We just have to call a spade a spade. Ever since she been with him, she been doing surgeries and this and that. Girl, just call it what it is. You needed some money from the man. Deelishis, I want you to get up, stand out there on your own, get your own bank, and stop looking for men to take care of you, girl. My goodness, that's why you end up in these type of situations.
Mm.
All right, y'all let me know what you think. Leave comments. Make sure y'all like and subscribe.
All right, all right. So I don't know what you all think, but my sister and I had these commentaries right before the show started, and I think this sister hit it on the head. Toxic Diamond is always hitting it on the head. And let me share this before I bring in my sister, Miss Alexis here. Let me share this, right? So basically, it was reported on the Tasha K show that Tasha K, listen, I watched Tasha K. I know a lot of you might have your ups and downs with Tasha K, and you may not like her, but that's your business. My business is mine, and I love some Tasha K because she comes with the real. And I know she had a situation with Miss Cardi B recently, but that has nothing to do with Anaya A because I love Tasha K and her real ratchet. Oh, Tasha K, you don't know who that is. I'm gonna fill you in later on Tasha K. Tasha K is a blogger and she is well known, and she had a lawsuit situation with none other than Cardi B after she alleged that Cardi B had several sexual things happening as well as herpes and just a mess. And Cardi B took her to court and won $4 million. So that's a little bit on Tasha K. But the reason why I watch Tasha K is because I'm not gonna hold you. People come to her. People come to Tasha K with the tea. How you doing? If you don't want your business in the streets, don't put it out there because Tasha K gonna hear it and she's definitely gonna put you through the ringer. And so, but this is a thing. Tasha K allegedly spoke with Miss Deelishis after all these rumors came out, and it is said that Tasha K said that she, Deelishis, is not doing good at this time. And the other part is, and I didn't want to play the longer video for all of you, but the other part about this scenario is, so Deelishis is saying basically that Raymond has been cheating on her, and she's been trying to stick it out in the relationship. And Raymond, he's not going to sit back and just allow that. He's saying, truth be told, she's cheating on him and with this comedian guy named Anthony. So listen, this whole thing is messy, and I typically don't do messy on this platform, but this was a lot to cover. Not only did I see it myself on several different, platforms and things of that nature, but it was also sent to me by one of my sisters who literally is like, sis, you need to take a look at this and you need to talk about this on the show. And again, I'm coming from a different angle. So here's my angle why I'm bringing this, because you, just like the sister said, Deelishis, it looks like you've been going after these men for their bank, for their bag. You need to go after a man, and I'm gonna bring Miss Alexis in 1 second because she got a lot to say. I can see it and I feel it in my spirit. You need to go after. First of all, you don't need to go after man. That's the wrong thing to say. Women should be chased. Women, we have to be chased, because if a man wants you, he will chase after you. That's for one. But for two, for those sisters that don't understand, you can't be going after the man because of his money and his bankroll all the time, especially when he comes to the realization that's what you're doing and you're not bringing anything else to the table, but you're draining the bag. Now, if you want to be smart about it, be like, what's her name? Gucci Mane and his girl, Kalea K somebody, Kaori, whatever her name is, be like her. Gucci Mane, before he went to prison, he did a few bids. He gave her like $1 million and she flipped it. She flipped it. She didn't buy a bunch of Gucci bags. She didn't buy a bunch of Fendi this, Fendi that, or nothing. She invested that money. And when he came home from doing time, they were sitting very well and very pretty. So that's why I wanted to bring this side of the story to you all tonight. I want to hear your thoughts here on the Anaya A platform. And at this time, I want to bring in my sister, Miss Alexis. You got to come in close, sis. You got to come in close because we are live here. There we go. Can you come in a little bit? Yes, ma'am. There we go. This platform is different. Hopefully, God blesses us with studio space soon. And for those that are wondering, yes, your girl is pregnant, big and heavy. Lord, but whatever. God bless you all for watching. I had to tell them on Instagram because they already knew on Facebook, but IG didn't know yet. So hello, y'all. Say hi to the baby. Praise God. Go ahead, sis. Let's talk. Let's talk. What are your thoughts this evening? And reintroduce yourself to the family real quick.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm Alexis Hardman.
Did you just sing it?
Yeah, because people call me Tony B. Worthy or Wet Sushi.
Girl, and don't forget the dimples. You had purple dimples at one time too, but that's your company.
Yeah, purple dimple. Oh gosh, I sure did. I forgot all about that.
I love it. I love it. But go ahead, sister. Tell us, what do you think about this new situation?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I forgot all about Deelishis. I haven't heard anything of Deelishis since I was in 5th grade. No, seriously, that's when I used to watch.
Oh my God, I feel so old.
I was in 5th grade.
What year was that then?
05, 06.
Yeah, I was in 5th grade. Girl is a baby, Lord.
Mm-hmm. And she was like she was my favorite one. I was mad New York one actually, but hey, that's neither here nor there. But to be quite honest with you, it wasn't until after the movie on Netflix came out that she even popped up.
That's it.
So my thing was, did she get with him prior to that movie, or was it the movie and his fame? Is that what drew them together? Because prior to that, I hadn't heard from her or of her
in years
since 2006.
Right.
Yeah, 2006. So I was just surprised that they were even together. Now, as far as people saying that she's with him for the money, how did she do? I'm just a little like, I don't know, because how do we know what she was doing? If we don't know, she could have been doing anything within that time frame that we didn't hear about her. We don't always know what the celebrities are doing. We don't always know.
Right.
I think if anything, she got more famous or brought back to life. Her name
Yeah.
got brought back to the surface.
Absolutely. But now, when it comes to the money, we all know that Raymond Santana, as well as the rest of the young men, they collected
But when
quite a
did
lot
they
of.
collect that money? Didn't they collect that money many years ago?
No, it was within the past 5 years or so.
Oh, was it?
Yes,
Oh, I
yes.
didn't.
So
Okay.
here's the tea on that. By the way,
Mhm.
welcome, welcome, welcome everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in right quick. In regards to the exonerated five and their money didn't like come in until just a few years back. And the reason being is because these type of lawsuits take a very
Yes,
long
they
time
do. Yes.
with all the evidence. And plus, don't forget, the city didn't want to pay them. Can you imagine the city admitting to their fault and then having to pay these young black men? Like they were like, no. Mm-mm. So they had to go extra hard with the attorneys, etc., to even get
Wow.
that money. And that's why even on the recording it stated that legit they had noticed that she came after him after that lawsuit, after the money came through, and that was just within the past few years.
So what did he say? Did he say that he met her after he got the money? Like,
Well, instead, it's reported that they met on Instagram
oh,
just 2 years or so ago. They did it
well,
for
that's when the
about
movie
six
hit.
months. Exactly.
2019
2019. So she must have
summer.
found out when the money hit, because at the end of the day, one thing about this exonerated five is they had publicity for a long time, and then that thing kind of shut down for a minute
Really, I had never heard of them until one day
until the movie.
everybody's on Facebook mad. I'm like, what the heck is all the black people mad
Mm-hmm,
for? Like,
mm-hmm,
what are you mad about? That's
mm-hmm.
what made me check it out.
So, and that's what happened because they were so big in like the 80s, 90s, or whatever the time frame was,
Well, yeah.
and then it shut down for years because they were imprisoned. And then when they came out, it was kind of like not hush hush, but it was more or less like, okay, this was news back then. Great, people probably died off by then, and the same energy wasn't there. But those that stuck with them for all those years, they stuck it through. And so what happens in these types of cases is if you were riding with them from day one, then you're gonna be their day one. Now, for again, the money situation is different because remember, they had a lot to prove. Even though this brother came out, think about it, it's almost like he say, she say. He said, he did it or whatever, but they gotta prove it now.
But that's any divorce. It's
No, no,
always.
no. I'm talking about when they got out of jail. So that's I was
Oh, okay.
going
I thought
back
you
to
were
that.
about okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm
No,
like, wait a
no.
minute now.
Well, no, this divorce is nowhere near entering any court, I don't think, because it's already so messy. So now this is now going back to what you're saying, and I get what you're explaining too, because with these divorce proceedings, it takes a while for some divorces to come out and take place, and they have to figure everything out. But here's another thing. That's why I just brought up
So they
that
didn't get to know each other before getting married.
6 months. How much you gonna know somebody is 6 months, Alexis? So then now he's saying she cheated. She's saying he cheated.
They both
And
cheated, man.
that part. And we don't know what's gonna happen. So that's why we're doing the platform tonight, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of rumors going on right now. There's a lot of people talking about this situation, and we want to know how you feel about this. Now, in regards to Deelishis, like I said before, she had a real low-key personality and she wasn't out there like that. But you know what they say about them quiet types? What they say about them
Them the
quiet
ones
types?
you gotta look out for.
You gotta look out for them quiet types, y'all, because they
Mhm.
the ones. They the ones. So if you got a quiet friend, a sibling, or something, you'll know exactly what you're talking about. It's usually them that's hiding all the mess.
Yeah, those are the ones you like.
So
Yeah.
we definitely are. I can't wait to see what happens with this situation. And I'm not going to hold you. I don't want it to be a messy situation for them because let's be real. It's another black couple in the black community. Although Raymond might be mixed or bilingual or something. What do you
I
think?
thought he was Spanish.
I think he might be, but he looked like he got some black and Afro Hispaniola. How about that?
Listen, we are related.
We
around
are
here. All the blood is mixed anyway.
all of it
Shoot.
is mixed. We all were dropped off at different locations. We all black. Praise God. Some people like to admit it and others don't. So here's another part I wanted to share with you guys tonight.
That's true.
Candy Burris. You know about that part too, right?
Oh, well,
Candy Burris.
That's my girl.
That's my girl. I love me some Candy. I know people talk a lot about her and her restaurants and her sex
food.
toys.
I didn't like her food.
Did
sorry.
you go to the restaurant?
That was
Oh,
the
hold on.
worst.
Let's talk about it, y'all.
That tastes like all box food. The ribs were dry, hard. I had to send my plate back twice.
Wait a minute. In Atlanta?
Yeah, this was in Atlanta, and
what year was this?
This was last year.
What
the music was so loud to the point where I feel like I felt my earwax getting loose in my ears. Like,
not the
earwax. It was so like
not the earwax, Jesus, not the earwax.
I left the review and everything.
Wow,
it was just that bad. And I don't even leave reviews.
Well, we're gonna leave a review tonight about something else. I'm gonna be leaving a review as well.
Oh yeah, all day.
All day. So okay, let's talk about Sandy Burris then having a role to play in this relationship. So it is said that she's one of the reasons that they met and got together. What do you think about that? And I
That's
didn't even
not
know.
surprising.
I didn't know she was friends with Delicious.
I didn't know either. I'm telling you, she fell off the face of this earth after the reunion of Flavor or whatever. Yeah, I'm telling you, after sixth grade, I haven't heard anything else about her. Then all of a sudden, 2019, you hear
Boom.
about her. Yeah, what's that? What, 13 years?
That's a long time.
So I haven't heard about it. And then when I finally see her, the pictures that I suppose that should have been her look like a completely different person. But then again, I don't know if they were photoshopped or what. But
Right.
I like Deelishis.
Well, they said that too in the recording that she literally got so much plastic surgery. She is unrecognizable.
Well,
So,
I mean, isn't that how it is with little Kim and Tiny? Just unrecognizable when we get the plastic surgery.
but here's the thing though,
It's so
she was
sad.
like a non-namer. She didn't do it with her own money. I have a strong feeling. Now, these are my conspiracy thoughts. I have a strong feeling that he just got tired of her just taking all the bag and just doing these plastic surgery gigs and things. And he was like, I'm tired and I want nothing else to do with you.
I don't say that. I'm going to just say the reason as to why. We don't know what these people do.
That's it.
We don't know what Deelishis had prior to them getting together. We
Mm-hmm.
don't know. That lady could have been a millionaire. We just didn't know about it because she wasn't on TV.
She
We
wasn't.
don't know what people do.
She
So
wasn't.
unless did he come out and say that?
Well, I just have my strong suspicions because she really looks a lot different. She is.
So she was looking different after they got together.
Yes.
How do you know? Because we haven't seen her in 13
No.
years.
When they got together initially, I've been following the story. I know.
Well,
That's-
what story were you following? The divorce story or the getting together story?
Getting together.
So when they first got together, she looked like Deelishis.
She looked like Deelishis.
Oh, I didn't.
And then she turned into. I want to say she looks like suspicious. Girl, I like that.
I like
she
that.
went from Deelishis to suspicious. That part. Well, let me tell you something. First of all, I want to go to Candy's restaurant now that you're saying that, just because I don't want to taste the food or nothing, but I want to see what everybody's talking about. I'm trying to send this post and it's not working, but that's
So
all
what are
right.
people saying? After I went, I don't care nothing else of the. What are the reviews good for them?
For the restaurant? No, they are horrible.
Oh, really? Are they? I just know when I went. And
No,
I'm gonna have to
that's
show you.
online.
I'm gonna show you the pictures. Actually,
Yes.
I'm gonna show you the pictures.
Look, and I want you to put it right here on Facebook and all of our social medias for us to talk about it, because I love some hot tea with the lemon and the honey. So let us know how you feel about the situation, guys, because this is insane right now. Like, to think that Deelishis and this man just got together. And another thing that was brought up in a lot of these different commentaries while Alexis is getting her pictures and everything, let me tell you something. Another thing that really came up that made me very sad is the fact that they're saying, like, Deelishis is literally sad right now. Like, that's what Tasha K was saying. She's saying that Deelishis is very sad. She wanted this the marriage to work, and she just feels like really defeated and all of that. And I believe it, because she also said that she really loved Raymond. And if you watch some of their social media, oh hell no! If you watch some of their social media and if you see the way that they were interacting, you will know that she really cared for him, because nobody does all that extra stuff and doesn't really care. You can't put up a front for 2 years. She has video clips after video clips of her and Raymond. I really think that she loved this man. Back to this tea.
Yeah, that's what that food was. The ribs were hard. They were just disgusting.
So this was at, tell the people so that they don't think I'm lying, please, for Instagram.
It was at the Old Lady Gang in Atlanta, Georgia.
Old Lady Gang is owned by who again?
Candy Burris, her family. Look at the ribs. I'm telling you,
It looks
that was
like
the third
roadkill.
time. That was the third time it coming to me. The third time.
Third time. I thought this was the first
No,
go
that was
around.
the
Let me
third
show
time,
you
yeah.
guys. This is the meal from
It was
Old Lady Gang,
disgusting. The cornbread
aka Candy Burris.
And
And what's this? Sweet potatoes?
Yeah, the sweet potatoes.
Why that don't even look like sweet potatoes?
It was disgusting. I had to, and I don't like to.
Let me show you guys this plate again, because I just have to show you the plate again.
It's
from
the ribs
Candy
alone.
Burris. It's the ribs alone, but then it's the macaroni and cheese that don't have no cheese on it.
Yeah.
And this was in Atlanta. What part of Atlanta? Downtown?
What part?
Peachtree?
I don't remember.
Not Decatur where you're greater. Not College Park. I know Atlanta. So this makes me sad, guys, that Candy's restaurant is serving
Now
food
they
like
had
this.
some fried
What do
deviled
they have
eggs. They
that's
had
good?
fried deviled eggs. They didn't have any flavor, but they were pretty.
You know what?
No, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm
Wait,
being
hold
so funny. They
on.
were pretty, but
They're pretty, but they ain't got no flavor.
had no
I need them
flavor.
to have flavor and be pretty. Candy Burris stick to making sexual products, and I know about candy sexual products. I'm not gonna tell you how I know, but I know about candy sexual products, and they actually get raving reviews, and apparently they do what they do.
And my cousin, she sells them. Like she's a
See,
consultant.
she's a consultant. A lot of people are consultants. That's actually how I know. I'm not a consultant because I don't have any patience for that. But that's how I know about candies. Bedroom secrets or something it's called. Bedroom somebody.
Don't get me the line.
Listen, I'm married now, so I ain't no virgin.
Yeah.
I just had to put it out there because some people are like, "Oh my God, Anaya, why are you talking like that?" Because I ain't a virgin,
And you grown.
and I'm grown. But my culture, you're not grown until you're married. Yeah. So for you Haitian people out there, as married,
So then what am I?
you're not grown yet because you're not married. I'm sorry. Unless you married in the Haitian culture, unless you have a husband and a house and a child, a lot of times you got to even go the step further. You still not grown. You can't even talk about sex and stuff, even though you ain't a virgin until you're like married. That part. Okay, moving along because Alexis looked like she is just so sad about this. I am too. Trust me, I am too. But like I said, I's married now, y'all. Amen. It's a shocker, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about something else because let me tell you something. We're gonna follow up with Deelishis and Raymond Santana story for sure. But in the meantime, there's other things happening in this world that need our attention. In particular, this war. Listen, do you have stuff to talk about?
Yes, I'm going to be
Please
completely honest with
Please
you.
talk about it.
I haven't really watched the news since 2020. I cannot watch the news. It's so disturbing. It's devastating. So I haven't watched the news. However, I see the little YouTube clips, the social media clips, and it is so sad. I can't remember gas prices going up like this since 2001 when I was like 7 or 8. Like
not 7 or 8, Jesus.
Yeah,
yes.
like I remember when September 11th happened. Like I remember the day it happened.
I do too.
And then this is something that I can never forget because seeing the videos are so disturbing and it's so sad. It's just it's just so sad.
Do you think this war is necessary? And also, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. But do you think America should be putting its nose in these people's business?
No, ma'am. I'm a firm believer, mind your business. But at the end of the day, no, I do not believe war is necessary. But why? Listen, Putin. I've never liked Putin.
Okay.
They should have offed his head a long time ago.
Off it.
Yeah, like he is crazy.
Right.
And it's just it's basically if you ask my opinion from what I understand of this war, what I understand of this war is basically a pissing match. Who can piss the furthest? That is what part. I'm getting from it.
That part.
And it's so sad that you could sit there and just drop bombs and destroy a group of people because you just want to see if you could piss further than the next person.
But that's what the Americas have been like from day one, as well as the world. Well, I want to say white America predominantly and their regions. Well, because it started there with the wars. White people. I love y'all. I'm not against white people at all, but y'all be doing the most.
The truth is the truth.
The truth is the truth. Like, let's be honest. Even in the Bible,
because
it goes back to the Bible. I don't know any transcripts that's older except like the Torah, because apparently Muslims is kind of newer than Christianity. But let's be realistic. Before that, who was out here hurting people? They literally were just like chilling, and then the Egyptians had some kind of situation. Listen, it's a lot, but all I know is this: when it comes to wars and whoremongers and all these types of things, kidnappings and killing and falsely imprisoning people, that typically is a white thing. And then they say we're barbaric.
This is. Can I really get deep on this show?
Can you? Okay. You can.
So Malcolm X.
I love it.
Lord, oh my God!
You ain't gonna get in trouble on the Anaya A show because we talking.
So, Malcolm X said this, and I believe it was in the Ballad or the Bullet. I've heard so many speeches I can't keep up, but I believe he said in the Ballad or the Bullet, they are blue-eyed devils, and what does the devil do? They steal, kill, and destroy. They have literally destroyed every form of human civilization. Every form of civilization has been destroyed by them. There's nothing original. I can't say that there's too much original about them. Everything they have, they've taken from another culture, to the point where when they don't have do they have a culture is the question that I often ask. And if so, what is the root of their culture?
Whoa, let me clap on that because that is so right. Even with my carpal tunnel, I had to clap and the pain will come later and I don't care. Let me tell you something. That is so true because at the end of the day, everything has been stolen. But you notice what's happening also right now. They have to return a lot. Have you been noticing and keeping up? They have to return the artifacts to the Nigerians and the Africans. They have to
They've tampered
return.
that too. That's not gonna.
Let me tell you something. They have stolen so much from different countries, and people are finally so fed up, and they're like, enough is enough. We want our stuff back. England, you can't have it no more. Plus, the king died, and the queen is on her way out. They said she already did, but anyway, that's another story. So at the end of the day, it's like the first will become the last, and the last will become the 1st. Y'all been playing with everybody for so long. You've taken everything you could from people, and it's literally strange that you all think that you can still go off and kill people and hurt people even in today's.
And it isn't just black people that they've taken everything away from. That's
Oh,
something,
their
of
own
course,
communities.
people, right? Because people tend to say, when I say still kill and destroy, they've destroyed every civilization. It's not just black people. I mean, literally every form of civilization. If you look at the history of everyone's culture, everyone's history, who destroyed it? We were doing good until they came across and crossed that line, and there it is. Like,
there it is.
all was well.
And now we're seeing that, the Ukrainians are crying out for help. And the same people that said that they would support are pulling back and not supporting. What do you think about that one?
They need help. They do.
They do.
But they need help from the right group of people.
Absolutely.
They need structured help.
Yep.
They need people who they need structured help. They really do, because okay, you're gonna go help them, and then what?
And then what?
But then again, I'm like, Lord, please forgive me. But then again, I'm like, can I feel that bad when you're not even letting the black people get the help?
I was waiting for you to drop that.
So can I really feel
they
bad
can't even
for
let us out? They don't want to let us
that's
out.
That's the same thing that just happened with the Haitian people. They won't even let. So it's just sometimes I'm just like, can I feel that bad when my people over there can't even get the help that we're wanting to for the Ukrainian people to see?
Well, I'm not feeling no kind of way. I'm not going to hold you guys because, first of all, I don't
as
know.
a human being, to see another human being be destroyed, yes. But then when I break it down, my people over there suffering too. We're not talking about them. They're not being pictured. They're not being videoed.
And then at the end of the day, Somalia was getting bombed during the same time this was happening with Ukraine and Russia, but nobody's talking about it. And America was sending the missiles over. So it wasn't like, oh, it was Russia doing it. It was America. For whatever reason, America is tampering into different communities as Russia and Ukraine are going through their mess because it's a smokescreen, in my opinion. That's how I feel about that one. But this topic is so long and we could be on here all night. But I want you to close out your thoughts out, Alexis. Let us know, like, do you see an end result for this? Or do you think we're going to be going through this for 20 years like with Afghanistan? And side note, have you ever met an Afghanistani in person?
No, and I don't know what we was over there fighting for anyway, to be quite honest with you. I still to this day don't know
that part.
Well, then again, they came over here. Listen, I don't even know why they came over here and destroyed America. What was that? Listen, I don't know.
It's a lot. It's a lot, sis. It's a lot. Any closing thoughts though? Because I know it's a lot, and your words are just like
my people who are over in the Ukraine. I hope they get some kind of help.
Yes,
honestly,
they get out.
But as a human, I'm going to be honest with you. I can't take away from the human emotions that I have. I don't care if you're white, you're yellow, you're green. When I see a person being treated the way that they're being treated, I'm like, dang, that is so sad. That is so messed up. But then I'm like, well, wait a minute. My people are not even being.
And I want to know, have they prayed for any of us? I was having a conversation with somebody. They're like, nah, don't be like that. I'm like, no, do unto others as you would like done to you. Have they prayed for us when we've been going through stuff? No, I don't think so. Let me tell you something. Whenever Haiti or these African countries or us in America, Flint, Michigan is a very good example.
Oh, honey, don't let me get started with that. My family on Flint. Just
first
of all, I just have a whole question about that.
Okay. I opened up a can
before we even get to Flint. Can we get to Hurricane Katrina still?
Yes, because we talked about Katrina and the whole New Orleans
That's
thing.
Still jacked up.
Most recently, like just tonight. Come in closer and tell us what you feel about that.
That's still jacked up. 2005, I was in 5th grade when Hurricane Katrina hit, and New Orleans is still suffering behind that. Yet America is so quick to help another place in the world, but you can't even help your own people here. That's that's number one for me. But Flint. Somebody said on Facebook that you mean to tell me that we've had all this stimulus check money, but we still can't fix the water in Flint.
That part.
But see, Flint is a black city as well, so of course they're not going to fix that place, and of course they're not going to fix New Orleans because that's a black town as well. So that's why I'm just like, why is America so quick to want to go to Ukraine and help them people, but you can't even help your own people over here in America?
Because they don't find us as humans. They said we're still 1/5 of a human. That's what they say. Or is it 1/3? 1/3 or 1/5 of a human, according to the Constitution. And nobody has enough balls to go ahead and contest that and say we want this entire Constitution rectified and
But if
amended.
it's rectified and amended, that doesn't mean it's good. The actions are going to change.
But it's actually in writing because when you see that 2000 plus years, okay, less than that, but all those years ago, a piece of paper has stated something. Don't you think that's still in the minds of the people that are in power? So, what I'm saying though is this, even though it won't change, but it's going to change something when we fight for it and show them that we are human. You cannot
We've been doing
say
that since the beginning of time.
not changing the Constitution, though, sis. I don't know who has challenged that. Who has challenged that?
But we've changed laws.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff still, I have yet to see a drastic difference. Honestly, I mean, my brother can still walk outside, and because he's Negro, we're gonna just go ahead and off his head, and
Mm-hmm.
I gotta fight for his justice. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, granted, I understand, like, yeah, we still need to fight for that to be changed, but
Yes.
what exactly will that change?
Absolutely. Well, in my
I don't have faith
mind,
in America like that now. Wait a minute.
neither me. But here's my whole consensus. I've been trying to get the Constitution changed for a minute because I don't like how we're like not even 100% human in the Constitution as a black person, and I feel like that has a
But do
real
they treat
big.
us like 100% him? You think do you think because it's going to get changed in black and white, we're going to then be treated as if we are?
No,
human?
absolutely not, because they hate us either way. But this is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
It just shows some kind of power structure if we could come together and really be like, okay, we're tired of this, and we feel like
But we've been doing that.
no, but not with the Constitution. I know all of that, what you're saying. I'm not discounting what you're saying, but I'm just saying on this part, which is something I'm very passionate about, because at the end of the day, it is the most disrespectful thing to literally consider a human being, a black human being, not even 100% of a human. You understand what I'm saying? So that's still a major problem in America, that it still says that we are not 100% human. And in my opinion, it feels as though the people that continue to do the stupid stuff that they do and the racist things that they do, they have it in their minds that they're not even 100% human. They'll treat animals with more respect than a black person. Am I lying?
No, of course not. But it's going to always be like that. America was built on racism.
Hmm.
It stands on racism. It's gonna fall on racism. I don't.
They get paid off of racism. They get paid off of the Negro suffering as well as crying out for help at the same time. Look, it's like this. This is the analogy I like to use. And if anybody's offended by what we're sharing tonight, please just turn off your computer or your mobile device, because I really promise you, I do not have emotions for you right now. So, this part, I promise you, I don't. I really don't, because I'm so tired. Like being black and waking up every day and then carrying a whole black human.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I have 5 brothers, and I fear for them.
5.
I have
Every
5
time
brothers.
I talk to you, it's
I have 5 brothers. I have 2 big brothers and 3 baby brothers, and
Is Butter the baby?
no.
You know what? We're gonna have to do a part 2 with your family, because
Oh dear
I
God.
cannot. I Every time we speak, there's a few added. I feel like, but unless we just never talk about the whole big picture.
I guess I just never talk about them.
Okay, got you.
God, I know that's messed up. But instead, I talk about butters.
A lot. I thought Butters was the only one. Y'all, we're gonna have to do a part 2 so you can figure out what we're talking about right now, because this is heavy. But I don't even know my original thought right now, because when you said 5, I just flipped my wig. Like, wait a minute. The bottom line is this, bringing another black human into this world is a very stressful situation, especially for your girl. Like, I sit up and I think about these things all the time. And of course, I try to be as positive as possible. I pray, ask God to help me and things of that nature. But I can't change these people. I can't change their racist behavior, their rhetoric, as well as how they're going to respond to my black human that I'm bringing into this world. I love my little black human because he's the cutest thing already. I'll be watching him on the sonogram all the time. But the rest of the world may not perceive him as cute as I do, and may not love him. And how do I prepare a little black man to be a black man
I don't
in
care.
America?
I don't care how much preparation you give to that black man, young black man. I don't care if you sit them down and let's do the talk, because
The talk.
it's so sad. I was watching something and it said that I had to give my son the talk.
Yep.
And the talk is, when the police pulls you over, keep your hands on the
Yes.
steering wheel.
Mhm.
And then not only do you have to worry about them being black outside of their home, but then they have to worry about even their our community. It's like we're
Damned if we do, damned if we don't.
so, it's just like being black is rough, man. That's hard. But then again, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. It's the
Exactly.
hardest thing in the world, but it's the most beautiful thing in the world. And I just feel like if you are not black and you can't identify as identify one with one fear as a black person, I just sometimes wonder like what goes through your head.
Mhm.
Because I
Mhm.
actually have a sister who was adopted by a white family,
Mm.
and
How did that turn out for her?
yeah,
Mm.
she doesn't
Identify black?
no, she does, but I'm not inviting her to my family barbecue. She does not belong there, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And she has no idea that she is black, and that when she walks outside of her white family, she's just what, one third of a human being outside of that house. She doesn't understand that concept.
Is she mixed?
No, she's blacker than you and me.
Ooh. Mm.
Yeah, so it's just
There's some people like that, and I've met them, and I'm sitting there like, are we really serious right now? It's a mental disorder in my mind because they really feel like they've made it and they're free from everything we have to,
Mhm.
experience. And the people that have trained them to believe that, I think, are at fault. Because at the end of the day, you can teach somebody to love themselves, be happy for who they
Mhm.
are, accept who they are, and things like that. But you also have to tell them the truth. You're black. And one day somebody might put a gun in your face and they might tell you that you will die because you're black. Or one day you can walk into a store, for example, be the richest black person on planet Earth, like said Oprah, and they can actually think that you're stealing right from their
Mhm.
facility. Or there's so many different scenarios. I mean, I could go down the list and I'm not going to tonight, but you guys get my point. There's so many different scenarios about being black, and people have to do their due diligence in sharing that you're not excluded because you were raised as the token black person.
Mhm.
And one of the things that people struggle with, and I've seen it, is like, well, I have white friends, I'm in. They struggle with that, especially in South Florida. I remember myself and June were talking just moments before we started. We both won't go back and live in South Florida. Like I won't even. I cannot be in South Florida for more than a week at a time because of the pain and the anguish of recalling my childhood being down there and what I had to suffer through. And to this day, I see it. I see how there are barriers. I see how Black people are not allowed to live in certain communities in South Florida. And it doesn't even matter about money. It doesn't matter about money. They exclude you because of the color of your skin. And it's frustrating. But here's what I will say about our black community. We got to do better too. We have to do better to prove
Absolutely.
ourselves. I'm tired of our black people hurting each other. But like you said moments ago, you said it, sis, that our own black people have to deal with our own black people and getting hurt through our own community.
Yeah, of
And
course.
that's another problem
Yeah,
within
I have a
itself.
baby brother. My baby brother Butter. Oh my God, he lives in the hood, and it's just like, well, I pray like, God, please, I pray for my baby, because it's just like, okay, if the police doesn't kill him, or if the white man doesn't kill him, then another brother will kill him for whatever reason. So that's something that I worry about all of the time. It's just like, God,
Mm.
please, just
Protect him.
all of my brothers. I fear for the lives of all of my brothers all of the time.
And I did too for my brothers. I feel like they're doing better, but they're not excluded now. And they never will be. But like it was the same fear I had. And then my cousin, my baby cousin, was murdered by the police. A white man who said that he was trying to run him over, and yet he killed him from behind. And these are the realities that we have to deal with. Some of my biggest traumas are from that experience. Like he was the baby, he didn't even do nothing. He was 18, and they killed him like a dirty dog, and he was not at fault. So there's a whole lot to unpack with this situation. We started out talking about Deelishis and Raymond Santana, but here's why I want to conclude with this. Just love one another. Just really try your best to love each other and show each other love and gratitude. Your gratitude determines your altitude, right? If you show each other love and you try your best to show the community that you're a part of that you're grateful, that you're loving, that you're caring, it starts with a smile. It starts with a handshake. It starts with the idea that we're not savages, right? We can and we will if we try. So that's why I wanted to end in this facet because I want you all to understand something. We have the whole world against us. Raymond and Delicious, if you happen to hear this, or if somebody could send this to Raymond and Delicious, excuse me, that's a tongue twister. I want you all to know I'm rooting for you both. I don't know the backstory. We don't know the backstory. Like my sis said, we don't know the truth right now. We don't know what's happening. This might be a political stunt or a publicity stunt,
I was gonna
actually.
say who they politicking for.
Right, that part. But it might be a publicity stunt because you never know if this is their way of getting their own show. I would love that. I would love that actually if we hear in a couple of weeks. And by the way,
I could
Raymond
care
and
less.
Delicious, look,
No,
she's done with it. I'm actually here for it because
no.
I like Delicious. And I mean, from what I can see of Raymond, he's a chill dude. But you know who just got their show? Candy Burris. She got another spinoff. So you do you, Candy. I don't know what you showing these people, what you feeding them. You're not feeding them that restaurant food, that's for sure. But you feeding them something that they like to eat.
I like candy though. I really do like
But we
candy.
don't like her food. And you're
No,
not
that
the
food is
first person.
disgusting. That
Let me tell you
food.
something, honey. You're not the first person. I
And there
heard
was no
about
southern
her.
hospitality there either.
Oh,
There
I
was
heard about
no
that.
southern
Well, I
hospitality.
think they
But I must
closed it.
say,
They closed down the restaurant, I think.
oh, did they? But I must say, I met her two of her aunts. They were bad night. They were cool.
Her aunties.
Yeah, they were short too, and I'm short. They shorter than me.
I love it.
They like this little.
What? Is she
Mm.
short? Did you meet Candy?
I didn't meet Candy, but I met two of her aunts, and they are so short. Well, the one is real short. She came to me right here. You know, I'm 5'2".
I'm trying to tell
I'm
you.
like, you got to be 4'1". She was
Not
little
for
and so
one.
cute.
But you know who's little like that too in their family? Sylvia's. You know Sylvia's, the world famous Sylvia's
I've
restaurant?
heard of it, but I've never gone.
We're gonna have to go one day. Hopefully they'll not want us to have vaccinations because you know my vaccination problem, whatever. But when I tell you her children and grands are like you said, 4'1", 4'11", something,
Wow.
and they just tiny little women. And it's so funny because even though they're very small like that, they are powerful.
Mm.
They
Short
be
and
the,
mighty.
there you go. I love it.
Hmm.
Well, Alexis, is there anything else that you want to share before we shut it down tonight? Because we have work to finish up and things to talk about that you are not privy to. So go ahead and let us know if you have anything else you want to share, my dear.
I just want to share from my people. Just love one another, uplift one another, encourage each other, and just stay strong minded. Because, right, lately, these past 2 years, it's been a major challenge. But I just, through any challenge that you have, just stay strong minded and just know that you can make it through. That's something that's
Absolutely.
serious, just making it through.
Every day, just waking up and staying
Hmm.
positive. And when you start to get those negative thoughts in your mind, I love how you're ending this too. Just stay focused on all the beauty that's around you. And
Hmm.
yesterday I was depressed. Remember, sis, we talked. Thank God my sister reached out to me. And I'm not gonna lie, that's another reason why I do this platform because it keeps me motivated and positive on my own self, and then it keeps me like uplifted because as I uplift others, as I share stories, as I do these interviews, I feel uplifted. And I'm not gonna lie. Let me share my personal testimony with all of you from what happened yesterday. I was down and out. There's a lot going on with my life personally that I wish to not discuss publicly with all of
Hmm.
you. But one day it'll be in that tell-all book. Praise God. We're gonna do some books, right? I think we should both do some
Yeah.
books. There we go, honey. Amen to that. And so real quick, I was down and out yesterday. And my sister reached out. Thank God, I got a couple of other people sending messages and things of that nature. And I felt like a little bit better for sure by the end of the night because I talked it out. I sat by the water. I did what I had to do for my
That's
own mental health because at the end of the day, if we don't take care of our mental health, nobody will. Don't run to these doctors because they're just gonna prescribe you with stupid stuff
yeah.
and you'll be suicidal and homicidal. Don't do it. And then you have the other
Yeah.
side of the coin. Don't be drinking nothing because it's gonna make you, more depressed when you not drunk. Drinking alcohol and smoking and doing drugs are downers. In case you guys didn't know, if you didn't go through that part of the program in school called, what was it called again? Oh my God, with
Be
the
against drugs.
dare,
The dare.
the
Yeah.
dare,
The
the
dare.
dog. Remember dare.
Dang.
There,
Yo.
honey, if you didn't get that part of the program, these drugs and the alcohol are downers and they will mess your life up. So don't do that.
Woo.
Get out, get you some fresh air because fresh air is like a healer.
Oh my
You remember the dog? So she's having flashbacks. So look, get out there. Don't do the drugs. Don't do the alcohol things because it'll bring you more down. So fast forward, I got out. I got some air. I felt much better. My brain was circulating better. After getting some air, after having a really really hard past couple of weeks, and then yesterday was just like the hit all like oh my god. And as I was contemplating like all these bad thoughts, I'm not going to go into the details, but I was not going to be like one of those people that was going to just entertain the bad thoughts. I
Right.
just was getting the bad thoughts, and it was just like I'm just so fed up. And as I'm back, I mean, as I'm coming back home or whatever, because I can't escape my reality for too long,
Right.
you know that part. I'm coming back home, and then there was a situation that occurred on the MTA, and getting back home was a very interesting situation. And this is why I share this with you. In every situation that you're going through, understand there's going to be a glimmer of hope or a light that's going to shine bright through your darkness. And as I was down and dark and absolutely out of it, I got to my destination. I was almost to my destination, and there was a woman on the MTA. I'm not gonna put out much information because I don't want this to circulate back to MTA and then Anaya getting sued for something, whatever. But here's the bottom line: there was a woman that was there that either desecrated, I think that's the right word, she desecrated on herself, or just lost control of all of her bowels and all of that or whatever. And it was just a horrible situation, and the stench and everything combined was just so putrid. I hope I'm saying that word right. I love that word, but I'm gonna definitely get it right one day. And it was so disheartening because I had to get off of that part of my transportation, that part of my ride, and just wait for the next ride because I couldn't do it, guys. I was so sick to my stomach. I felt like I was gonna die. And here's the light and the silver light in the situation, in the darkness. I was reminded at that moment that I may be going through something, but
Hmm.
there are others going through worse.
Always.
And never give up.
There's going to always be somebody in a far worse situation than you.
And never give up.
Always.
And never give up.
Yeah,
Never give
always.
up. And here's the thing: I pray for that person. I pray that she gets the
Hmm.
mental help she deserves and she needs. I pray that her life gets back in the right order, because God could turn around a situation overnight. I don't know who needed that word, but God could change a situation in a flash, in a jiffy. He's
Yes, he
done it with
can.
me so many times. He's done it with you, girl.
Oh, girl, yeah, God is good. I'm sorry. I always tell people God is good, man.
All the time, all the
God
time.
is good.
And that's how I wanted to end that. And I literally got that revelation.
Hmm.
And I got myself home safely, and I didn't let nothing else bother me. And today I hit all sorts of pluses. I
That's
did so
good.
many great things today. And now I'm sitting with my girl, and we've talked, and we got stuff that we're working on and doing. And I'm not going to let nothing else stress me. And I don't want you to let anything else stress you either. So, with that being said, we're going to sign off for now. But you know me, I'll be back on Wednesday night. Hopefully, Alexis will be back. But if
Yeah.
she's not, hey, she said, yeah, she'll be back. So, listen, we'll be back on Wednesday night to discuss many more topics. And of course, we have Team ECI back on Wednesday, which is our
Oh
economic
yeah, I would
crisis
love to be a
initiative.
part of that. You've
Yes,
been trying to get me a part of that for a while now.
I'm telling you, and
Yeah.
things are really booming because we're getting the information out there, and we're
Mhm.
supposed to have, drum roll please, we're supposed to be having an actual workshop here. So we
Okay.
will let the community know. We will have a workshop here. It's
Okay.
scheduled for 2 weeks from last Wednesday, so another week and a half or so. So we could work on that too to
Okay.
get the people out.
Yeah.
As soon as we hear from Dr. E with more information, we
Yeah.
will work on that because people need to know about life insurance policies.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with
Can you
you. I
talk
am
about it
so big on that. I have two life insurance policies.
on yourself or
Oh no,
others?
on myself
Wow.
because yo, I have so many childhood friends who get murdered, and I'm just like always donating money, and I'm like, yo, you
Hmm.
flashing all this money on Facebook, but we don't got money to bury you.
No, GoFundMe's.
No, like, and then even with the GoFundMe, you don't even get all the money from that either. So
No,
it's
they
just
took a
like,
portion.
yeah, and it's just no. I am big on if you don't get nothing else in life, get that life insurance
But
policy.
do you have the whole policy? Because you could, take money from that.
Yes, I do. I even have some that invest in stocks.
Hey, we gotta talk
Yeah,
about that. Go,
yeah,
sister. Look at
no,
this
yeah,
young bright
no.
one. Okay,
And it's
now
not even bad. No, yeah, no, get
it's
that.
not. It's not
And
even
like I
bad.
have one policy for 500,000. I told my daddy, listen, don't spend that
What
much
you
money on
say?
me. Don't, honey. He has all them kids. Like if I die today, Told my dad spend like 10,000, if you maybe a little bit more. I mean, you probably have to do more because nowadays it's expensive. But don't spend a lot of money on me. Take that money and split it up amongst you all and do what you gotta. But man, get some life insurance if you don't
Get
get
some
nothing
life
else.
insurance, honey.
Oh my gosh, that's important. Oh, honey, you just struck a nerve.
Struck a nerve. We're gonna talk more about that, and my sis already knows, so you need to be a part of that course
Oh,
that
I
day.
would love to be.
Yes,
That's very important. That is, man.
especially in our communities, and it's not a bill, it's literally an asset to have because you can't go wrong. Not only to
We all gonna die one
we
day.
are going to die. On top of that, listen, I'm all about the collecting off of that life insurance policy. If I need a few 100,000 or whatever,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it from
I
that
can borrow some
policy.
money right now, but yeah, like
Hmm.
seriously,
That part.
no.
I'm loving it, sis. Well, we did it tonight. Let's talk more about the things that we were trying to, do and talk about. For all those that are watching, I saw my girl Sabrina B. What's up to you, baby? Gregory Roberts. I see a bunch of likes. Shireen Hibbert. Thank you, Lavonda Isaac, Rachel Brumfield, all of you beautiful people. Judith, my sister Judith, that is liking and sharing information with the community. Thank you all so much. We appreciate your love and your support every day, all day. And as we continue to build, we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will be back very soon. God bless each and every one of you. And our prayer is that you'll stay positive and amazing every single day. Because what else are you going to do? You ain't going to cry every single day. I know that. Good night, guys. Whoop, whoop. Here we go.
Recording stop.
Gotta do what we gotta do, honey.